Hey guys, today I'm filming a palette of the month video on the theBalm Meet Matrimony palette. If you guys have not seen any of my other palette of the month videos, I'll have my playlist linked down below. My inspiration for this series is Amanda Alexander on YouTube or Fashion Footing on all of her social media. So last year on Amanda's Instagram, she had been doing a palette of the week, and then at the end of the year she posted a video on YouTube going over all the palettes she had used and giving you her thoughts on them. I'll have that video linked down below. Please make sure you go check it out, and please check out Amanda. She's one of my favorite people on YouTube. I love her videos and her personality, so please go watch her video and subscribe to her. So there were two main reasons I decided to do this series. Firstly is because I'm not a palette person. I really do prefer single shadows, but I had so many amazing palettes in my collection that I was neglecting. I do have to say that since doing this series, I've fallen in love with a lot of the palettes that I've used, and it's made me more of a palette person. For my birthday, I actually got two new palettes, the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly and the Anastasia Modern Renaissance. I am going to do palette of the month videos on those palettes coming very soon. Really excited to try them out. So I am becoming a little bit more of a palette person now that I've been playing with the ones that I have. So I am happy about that, but I am still a single shadow girl at heart. And the second reason is because whenever I do use my palettes, I will come up with one look, wear it all the time, and that's it. I do not experiment and try to come up with multiple looks. So that is my main challenge in this series, is to come up with multiple looks using one palette. So in my monthly makeup basket videos, I'll be showing you which palette I'll be using for the month. And then at the end of the month, you guys will see this video, which will be my in-depth review on the palette. So in this video, I'll be going over the packaging. I will show you all the shades with swatches. I will show you all of the looks I created. I will go over the formula, texture, and pigmentation. I will show you my favorite shades and then give you my final thoughts on the palette. So starting off with the packaging, like all the palettes from theBalm, they also come inside of this little slip that looks exactly like the outside packaging of the palette, which I think is nice. I never keep these, but if you are someone that likes to make sure your palettes are protected at all times, it is really nice to have. And for the design of the packaging, of course, it is precious. theBalm does such a great job with their packaging. They have so much great attention to detail. So as you can see, it says Meet Matrimony, like Meet Matrimony, like you're getting married. You see he's got his beautiful tux on here. And then on the back you have his picture and a little bio. It says his height, his eye color, his occupation is an eyeshadow palette, and he enjoys long walks on the beach, creamy eyeshadows, and fabulous liners. And then here are the 9 shades with the names on them. So again, theBalm just pays great attention to detail with all of their packaging. This is also a retro inspired look, which I love as well. And like all of the theBalm palettes, it is a really sturdy cardboard with a magnetic closure, which I've told you guys several times that is my favorite kind of packaging. So on the inside of the palette, you have a really, really large mirror, which is fantastic for applying your makeup on the go. And then inside you have 9 very large matte neutral shadows. So here what all the shades look like, we have Matte Lynn, Matte Thomas, Matte Rossi, Matte Lopez, Matte Kumar, Matte Moskowitz, Matte Evans, Matte Reed, Matte Ahmed. And here are all the shadows swatched on my hand. We have Matte Lynn, Matte Thomas, Matte Rossi, Matte Lopez, Matte Kumar, Matte Moskowitz, Matte Evans, Matte Reed, and Matte Ahmed. And as you can see, these are all true matte finishes. I want to show you a color comparison between the original Meet Matte Nude palette and the Meet Matrimony, so you guys can see for yourself how similar or different they are and whether you need both. So here are the two palettes side by side. This is the Meet Matte Nude and this is the Meet Matrimony palette. The Meet Matte Nude looks more neutral or cool toned overall, and the Meet Matrimony has a nice mix of all the undertones, but definitely has more warms than the original. I feel like the shades within these two palettes are totally different, so you can absolutely justify having both of them and having your go-to set of matte neutrals. So like I said, I believe this palette has a great mix of all of the undertones. For neutral undertones, we have Matte Lynn and Matte Evans. For cool tone, we have Matte Rossi and Matte Moskowitz. For warm tone, we have Matte Lopez and Matte Kumar. There are 3 shades I have yet to use in this palette. The first would be this matte light pink and Matte Thomas. I'm not sure what to do with it. I would love your suggestions on that. I also did not use this really dark brown matte Reed or this black matte Ahmed. I've said in a couple of different palette of the month videos that I never ever use black, and I don't usually use this dark of a brown. I definitely can experiment with them and use them. They are nice staples, but those are just colors that I never really put into an eye look. Unfortunately, I did not do as good of a job at creating multiple looks with this palette. I did create 3 different looks, one neutral, one cool, and one warm, which I feel gives a pretty good representation of this palette. So now into those details. This is today's look using the Balm Meet Matrimony palette. On my lid, I'm wearing the ColourPop eyeshadow in the shade Sequin. From the Balm Meet Matrimony palette, I'm using matte Lopez as a transition and crease color. I'm using matte Kumar as an outer corner, outer crease color. And I'm using matte Lynn as a brow bone highlight. And here what the eyes look like up close. On my cheeks, I'm wearing MAC Fleet Fast from the Hey Sailor collection. For lips, I'm wearing a combination of a lip liner and a liquid lipstick. I lined my lips with the ColourPop Lippie pencil in the shade Brink. I filled in my lips with the Balm Meet Matte Hughes liquid lipstick in the shade Committed. Here is today's look using the Balm Meet Matrimony palette. On my lid, I'm using the ColourPop eyeshadow in the shade Cricket, which is a metallic finish. From the Balm Meet Matrimony palette, I am using matte Rossi as my transition and crease color. I'm using matte Moskowitz as an outer corner and outer crease color. I'm using matte Lynn as a brow bone highlight. Here what the eyes look like up close. On my cheeks, I'm wearing the Clinique blush in New Clover. On my lips, I'm wearing a combo of a lip liner and a lip gloss. I lined and filled in the corners of my lips with the ColourPop Lippie pencil in Rayezor. I filled in my lips completely with the NYX Butter Gloss in Tiramisu. Here's today's look using the Balm Meet Matrimony palette. On my lid, I'm wearing the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Bad to the Bronze. From the Balm Meet Matrimony palette, I'm wearing Matte Evans as my transition and crease color. I'm wearing matte Reed as my outer corner color, and I'm wearing matte Lynn as my highlight shade. Here what the eyes look like up close. On my cheeks, I'm wearing the Balm Hot Mama. On my lips, I'm wearing a combination of a lip liner and a liquid lipstick. I lined my lips with the ColourPop Lippie pencil in the shade Brink. I filled in my lips with the Balm Meet Matte Hughes liquid lipstick in the shade Committed. So I know 3 looks is not the best, but I am okay with that because I was able to do a look of each different undertone. This palette, I think, is a great option for a brow bone highlight, some transition colors and crease colors. You definitely can use these shades on the lid if you want a fully matte eye, but for me personally, I love doing matte brow bone, transition, crease, and then I love a super shimmery lid color. So that's why in my looks and in the tutorial you guys are going to see in a couple of days, I paired this palette with ColourPop sparkly shadows on the lid. I really just love the way that these products work together and the way the final result looks on the eye. So even though I did not solely use this palette to make a complete eye look, I still think I used it a ton and it was essential in my looks and it really helped tie them in together. I don't mind doing all matte looks, but all shimmery is not for me. So the combination of a shimmer ColourPop on the lid and all these great mattes as a transition crease and brow bone color, I think is awesome. So for the formula, the texture, and the pigmentation, these shadows are incredibly pigmented with one swipe, and they're also super pigmented when applying them with a brush, which is fantastic. I don't have to worry about layering shadow to get the pigmentation I desire. Great pigmentation from the jump. So for formula and texture, these are a true matte finish. They're very creamy to the touch, but I do have to say that the formulation of this palette is different from the Meet Matte Nude. Both of these are very creamy, but the Meet Matrimony is a lot more powdery than this palette. I don't get much fallout at all with this palette, but with this palette, I got quite a bit of fallout, and you guys know fallout is like a no-go for me. It makes me really frustrated, and I usually don't like the way that the shadows blend. Even though this palette has a lot of fallout, it is totally different from the Lorac Pro palettes, and I still really enjoy this. I don't feel like the fallout made any difference in terms of blending. It was not patchy or anything. It still blended out really nicely. So do make sure to tap off your brush so you don't get a lot of fallout on your face, but the fallout did not bother me like I thought it was going to. It did not affect the performance. So for my favorite shades in this palette, that would definitely be the two warm tones, Matte Lopez and Matte Kumar, and also these beautiful cool tones here, Matte Moskowitz and Matte Rossi. I love having a staple crease and transition color, and those four right there are amazing. So my final thoughts on this palette is that it is a must have. I really love the quality. They are really pigmented, really easy to blend, not patchy or anything like that. I love that there are neutrals, cool tones, and warm tones all in one palette, and yet it still looks cohesive. I feel like that can be pretty hard to do, but I think they did a great job of that. So I don't think you have to buy both these palettes, but if you want both, I think you can have them both because the shadows are distinctly different. But if you are wanting my opinion on which one you should choose over the other, while there is one eye look I love and use all the time, that is 3 out of the 9 shadows. With this palette, I really love 4 out of the 9 shadows, and I would recommend this one over this one because of the variety. I cannot wait for you guys to see the tutorial because the looks I created, I am in love with. I think they are so stunning, and I know I'm going to be using this palette a ton to go along with some shimmery shadows for the lid. I love that I do have a staple, neutral, warm, and cool crease color, transition color, and a great brow bone shade. I think this is going to be a great complementary palette for any sparkly shadow you want to put on the lid. So happy with the quality. Highly recommend this. I'm so glad I purchased it. I actually got mine on sale for 50% off during one of the Balm's site-wide 24-hour sales. They do that from time to time throughout the year, and you can also find this on HauteLook for 50% off quite a few times a year as well. So highly recommend it. I think this palette is fantastic. I would love to know your thoughts if you have tried out this palette, and please let me know your favorite looks so I can experiment more. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.